The Indian team has landed in Hamilton and will play the majority of their matches in the World Cup at Hamilton. Yes, they'll be playing against New Zealand and West Indies at the same venue. That will be the next two games, and Bangladesh later on in the tournament. Now, there has been one game in Hamilton till now between Australia and England. It has been a very high scoring game with Australia posting a 300 plus total and England trying to chase it down, and Australia eventually won it by a very slim margin. Both teams seemed very comfortable with the bat and they were able to hit through the line very easily. The outfields were lightning quick and slightly one side of the boundary, one square in particular, seemed to be a bit longer, but overall the conditions were conducive for batting. And most importantly, in the second innings under lights, there was not a lot of dew to affect the fielding side. The good news for India is that the sun is expected to be out for both their games at Hamilton against New Zealand and West Indies, and the conditions are expected to be good for batting. So, what can India do to win all of its games at Hamilton? These are some of my key points. The first one will be the form of Shefali Verma. We all know that young Shefali Verma can take the game away from our opposition in a jiffy, but the worry is slightly with her recent form. You have a Yastika Bhatia who has done very well against New Zealand in the recently concluded ODI series, and she has done well even in the warm-up games as well. So it will be interesting to see India make this switch between Shefali Verma and Yastika Bhatia. The reason why this is crucial is that Hamilton is a high scoring venue. So either if India are batting first, they need to notch up high totals 280 plus 270 plus in order to defend, and if they are about to chase, they would want some quick runs at the top of the order and would want some long partnerships. So Yastika Bhatia, in my opinion, can replace Shefali Verma going forward in the World Cup games. Since the other places are quite sealed as of now, India would be looking to play the same combinations as in their Pakistan game. The spinners are going to play a crucial role because we saw in the Australia and England game that in the second innings, the Australian spinners, especially Alana King, was able to get some purchase off the wicket. We saw Rajeshwari Gaikwad getting some turn in the Pakistan game itself. So the India playing their three spinners will be very crucial. The final and perhaps one of the most important points is that the running between wickets. The Pakistan game, there were a lot of dot balls. We get a few boundaries, but in ODIs, how you build up pressure against your opposition is that if you hit the first ball of an over for a boundary, the other balls, at least if you are able to get 2 or 3 singles out of the rest 4 or 5 balls, then the run rate per over is always consistent at that 5 to 6 mark. So India should work on taking a lot of quick singles. They can either drop or run or drive to the left and right of the mid-on and mid-on fielders and take off immediately for a run. But the key is that India should reduce the percentage of dot balls, and this can be done by improved running between the wickets. As I said, taking quick singles and converting the twos into threes as England and Australia did in the longer square boundary region of Seddon Park, Hamilton cricket ground. Indian team has a dream run at Hamilton because winning 2 games on a trot at the same venue definitely gives any team a lot of confidence.